for all the panelists. And question is a simple question, that is 25 marks which are allocated for speech techniques, that is exaggeration, surprises, twists, humor. How can you work on these speeches while drafting this thing and while delivering it? Means both the concepts. How we incorporate these techniques while drafting and while speaking. Over to first speaker, Vania. Over to Vania, and tell about something of speech techniques and delivering it while
Mm.
drafting and right delivering. Over to
Right.
Vania.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Hassan. Well, the panelists before me has given some really credible techniques already. They have left barely anything out for me to talk about, but I will try to come up with some different points over here. So, drafting and delivery. Let's take these two as separate things for a while. When you're drafting, take this as the ingredients you are collecting for your speech. And then the
Hmm.
delivery is the main dish, how you present it, how you garnish it. So when you're drafting, like I mentioned before, let your imagination run wild. Toastmaster Arid also mentioned that when we were kids and we used to hear stories, when we used to believe that the moon is walking with us when we were in the car. Now, such kind of imagination, bring it all down on the paper. The first and foremost, any speech that I write, the first thing that I do is brainstorm. Just brainstorm on the paper. Whatever ideas are coming to your mind, write them down, because that's the thing with ideas. They come to your mind and then they go. And then you're trying to recall what it was and it's just not there. So
Hmm.
carry a small notebook with you and write down as the ideas are coming to you. You can get the inspiration from around you. You think of it, it comes to your mind, it looks good, just write it down. Later, when you are modifying your speech or editing the stuff out or you're making it interesting, you can keep the good parts and maybe the rest of the parts can just stay out. Basically, what I mean is keep the good ingredients in and throw the ones that are not looking good out. Now, the best part, the best you can give is your delivery, how you're garnishing your dish, in this case, a speech. Now, techniques like being funny, including surprises, twists, puns, humor, as I said before, slapstick, really good example mentioned by Toastmaster Anna. Now, even if you think that maybe this is not too funny, I should come up with something else, and you're thinking too hard, but it's just not coming to you, the best thing you can do is focus on your delivery, even if it's not that funny. But if you're conveying it nicely, putting in the right pauses, giving the right expressions, you'll be able to deliver it very well. A very good point that Toastmaster Thomas mentioned, to be relatable. Now, be generally relatable, not something that just only you can relate with. Be generally relatable. Like, let's say 50 people in the audience, at least 49% of them would be able to relate with it. Like, my speech gave an essence of me trying to find a job. Now, this is a stage I think almost all of us have been through, trying to find a job. Like, it's not at your doorstep like that. So now like that, my feelings, my emotions, they kind of reflected in my speech against something that generally people can relate with. And then the exaggeration, the points, and like I mentioned before, let your imagination run wild, let it run wild. Like, let's just take a quick example over here. I was going in the car, I had my face out, I was looking out, and I saw that the moon is walking with me. Then all of a sudden, it sprung out hands, arms, legs, and it smiled at me and said, "You are getting a job tomorrow." And that's the wildest thought that just came to my mind, and I formulated a story. Now, something like that, make it interesting. Do your best with the delivery, practice it several times, consult with your mentor, and just do your best. And as Toastmaster Arit said, a very good point, have fun. Don't let the pressure get to your mind. Just have fun. Because the entire, with tall tales especially, the delivery, the content, and if you're able to relate with it, the audience is able to relate with it. If it can make you laugh internally, believe me, the audience is going to love it too. And you've won it. And it's not just about the audience. In a contest, it's mostly about if the judges like it. So, if you keep it light, be yourself, have fun, you've already earned points. So
Hmm.
good luck, everyone. And I hope this helps. Inshallah.
Thank you all the panelists, especially Vania, for